Hello, my name is Greg Ward, Kian Temple Creative Healing Arts, and I'm going to go over a few things I do in my practice here. I help people understand the mental, emotional root cause of why things happen, and some of the techniques I do. One, therapeutic massage, and usually when I do a massage, I always work in the stomach, and there's several reasons I do that. This is the core of our being. This is where you're connected to mom. This is where your original chi resides, or your original energy, and you can be tense in the belly and cause shoulder pain or low back pain. There's a muscle attached on the front part of your hips here that goes at an angle to the four lower vertebrae, and that's called your psoas muscle. The psoas muscle is the muscle you use to bend your legs. It's like when you're sitting in a car driving for like 8 or 10 hours, and then you go to get up and you're like, back sore. That's from the psoas muscle being tight. So you could actually rub somebody's low back trying to help their low back pain, and if the psoas muscle is tight, the only way you can get to that is into the belly. And on a mental emotional root cause thing, on the psoas muscle is some form of subconscious protection issue. Here's your core. If you were threatened, you'd actually do this to protect. And so if your psoas muscle's tight, that's some form of protection issue. And then if that's tight, it'll throw the hips off, and that's when I do what's called craniosacral therapy. Cranial, sacral, and basically in the center of your head, you have your hypothalamus, and it turns into your spinal cord, and that fluid circulates 6 to 12 times a minute. So the plates of your skull actually expand and contract, your spine flexes and extends, and so does your hips and pelvis. For injuries or emotional reasons, these plates can get jammed and cause cranial distortion patterns. And some of those are, you'll see people walk with their feet out like this. That means their hips are externally rotated. And if you see some people walk with one foot out, only one side is externally rotated. And then sometimes you'll see people with their head, chin kind of like this. That's called a superior vertical strain. So the craniosacral work, unlike a chiropractic adjustment, is a soft manipulation of the plates of the skull down through the spine, hips, sacrum, and pubic bone to help line this all up. Next technique I do is called Qi Sang. It's like a 6,000-year-old Chinese medicine technique, and it deals with the premise that each organ has a positive and negative emotion. So if you see somebody sad or depressed, they're like, well, that emotion resides in the lungs. The positive aspect of lungs is courage and righteousness. So the law of energy states you cannot destroy or create energy, but you can transform a state. You have water, steam, or ice. So those are different varying frequencies of energy. So there's certain points on the body to access these organs to transmute the negative energy into positive. And then in Qi Sang also, you come back down to the belly. There's what's called the wind gates around here that kind of change the internal pressure of the body. And you can tell in Qi Sang what organs tend to be stressed because the belly button will pull in the direction of the tension. So you can access the wind gates to help rebalance the energy of the body as well. Another form of healing work I do is the energy work. I do Reiki energy healing work, Qigong energy healing work, and other different forms of energy work. Basically, how that works is that everything vibrates at a certain frequency. Like the floor is vibrating real slow and dense, and the air you breathe is vibrating at a higher frequency and more dispersed. Well, your physical body is your lowest frequency vibration, that is you. And then if somebody walks into your space, I'm like, hey, get out of my space, they've actually walked into your magnetic energy field or your aura. And now science takes pictures of your aura, so it's a real thing. It's not just like a ooh. And in this energy field, you have several varying frequencies. And this gets back to the mental, emotional root cause. First layer out in your energy field is your emotional body. Next layer out is your mental body. Furthest layer out is your spiritual body. So the energy's coming in pure, and then you get this idea that this kind of sucks. It kind of puts a dark spot out here in the energy field. If you don't forgive the person, forgive yourself, or clear it out, and just like a pond that doesn't get circulation, because you are 80% water, it starts to stagnate. So it settles down into the emotional body. Then it's like, oh, this really sucks. And usually when it's in the emotional body, that's when you start having physical symptoms. Depending on what the symptoms are, tells me where the blockage is in the body. And so doing the energy work, I guide you into the pain, into the body, because we tend to go away from pain. And that gets your energy, your awareness there, to get you in part of the process. And then while your awareness and energy is there, then I work out in the energy field to help clear that out as well. So we have techniques that work with the muscles, bones, organs, and energy field. And usually between those, we can usually help somebody.